This is Scott Hunt's Best. Welcome to another Agent Mastermind class. I'm here with my dear friend, business partner, Haas Pratt, out of beautiful state of Texas. He always brings the heat, brings the show, and Haas, I'm always excited to have you on, man. You have so much good content, and I'm always excited to have you back. So welcome back to the show, and what are we going to talk about today, man?
Man, thanks, Scott. Thanks for having me. We're going to talk about how to put signs in the ground today. Is that what y'all want to learn?
Heck yeah, dude. That would be amazing. Lots of signs. I want 5 to 28 homes, man. How can I do that?
In fact, hey, let's do this real quick, Scott. I want to ask everybody that's joining us as you guys are climbing on, I want you to do me a favor. Type in that question box. Tell me how many listings you want to take in the next 4 weeks. I just want to know who we're talking to because I'm going to show you how to do it today. But I want to know, in a perfect world, in 4 weeks, if you crushed it, how many listings would you have taken? Now, today I'm going to show you how to go out there and take 5 to 28 homes in the next 30 days. So out of that, how many listings do you want to take? If you would, just type it in the question box. Let's see it here, Scott. How many? Let's see. Oh, let me back up. Hey, Scott, I can't click on the GoToWebinar link, the panel. Is there a reason why, you think? Scott, you there?
I don't know where Scott went. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on one sec. You're the presenter. Whoops. All right, I'm gonna show my screen and I'm gonna give it back to you, brother.
Okay. Stand by.
Stand by 1 second. Okay. Try yours now. Share your screen again. There we go.
It's not letting me click the GoToWebinar link.
GoToWebinar.
Or, yeah, the panel, it's just clicking. I don't know why it won't let me click. I can't see anything.
How weird is that?
Yeah, I've never had that happen.
Yeah, you're one of the organizers, so I apologize for that.
How about you tell me then? I can't see anything, so I'm just gonna go, but then you can tell me. What do they say? How many listings?
All right, 10, 10, 5. In the perfect world, 8, 6, 30 plus, 10, 10, 6, 12 as a brand new agent, 6, 15 in the next 4 weeks, 8, 6, 10. So average between 6 and 15. Yep.
All right. Well, good. Well, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And Scott, just make sure everybody can see me and hear me as we go through this, buddy, because I can't see. Okay. So you guys, I want to welcome you all for everybody that's coming on today. My name's Haas Pratt. I'm your host. On today's webinar, I'm going to show you how to list anywhere between 5 and 28 homes in the next 30 days. I'm going to show you how to build a listing producing machine that you can not only use now, but for years to come. I'm going to show you how to get sellers to say yes to you. I'm going to show you an execution plan that you can implement that's going to get results. And I'm going to give you the best of the best scripts, some words, because words are currency. And I'm going to show you the words to use to go out there and quickly ramp up your inventory. And I want to tell you, kind of take you back where this whole thing started for me, because what I'm going to share with you changed my life. You know, I grew up in Northwest Missouri, working on a dairy farm. I barely made it through high school. I didn't go to college. But I was fortunate enough, I had a mentor, and his name was Jimbo. He took me under his wing. He gave me several pieces of advice that changed my life. And one of the things he told me to do is he said, Haas, you need to move. You need to go move to Texas, and you need to get into real estate. I'm like, why move to Texas? He says, because you become a product of your environment, and you want to make sure your environment's one that you want to become a product of. I was like, well, what do I do, Jimbo? He says, get into real estate. So I want to just imagine this. I'm in my early 20s. I'm a farm boy from Missouri. I moved to Texas and I get into real estate. And I tell you, I thought that I was going to be successful right out of the gate. In fact, I fell flat on my face. I mean, as soon as I got my real estate license, the first 6 months were brutal. Like, I was working my tail off. I was working 80 hours a week. I had 0 listings, 0 buyers. I didn't even close on a single house, and I blew through 50 grand. And this is why I'm doing this today, to ensure that none of you blow through 50 grand, but I'm going to show you how to turn it all around. Because here I was, my back was against the wall, and I discovered this niche. And I went from, when I discovered this niche, I went from 0 business to 30 listings in 30 days. And I ended up becoming Rookie of the Year. And I say this because things can turn around fast. And if you have a model then you can turn it around quickly. I did, and I hope to help you with this today, because I went from no business and I'd listed 28 FSBOs that first month, and it was all from for sale by owners. And I like to think I cracked the code on this niche, and I'm going to show you how I did it and also how you can too. And I remember, everybody wanted to know what I was doing. I was known as the Texas Kid. I was interviewed in all these different publications. They all wanted to pick my brain. They wanted to know how I did it. And I ended up taking that business, selling it. And for the last decade, for 10 years, that's what I've been doing, is teaching real estate agents how to go out there and build a better business so they can have more freedom in their life. And for me, I believe in real estate, the key to freedom is having more listings. I've never worked a buyer a day in my life. I've never bought a lead in my life. And the reason is because I had inventory and I had signs in the ground. And I had inventory anywhere between 30 and 100 listings, depending on when the market was. But I had a machine that would produce listings. And keep in mind, early 20s, didn't know anybody in my market. And it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter how long you've been in real estate. What I'm going to share with you will change your life. And that's really my heart, is so you can have more time. Like, this is my family. I do everything for my family. Our business is a vehicle that funds our life. And this is the reason that I'm glad you're here, is because you're going to get more time back. You're going to sell more homes. You're going to make more money, and you're going to work less hours so you can invest that time with the people that you love or doing the things that you want to do. And I'm not going to guess at this stuff. So meaning everything I'm sharing with you are things that I've learned, and I've done the work, right? I've knocked on over 100,000 doors. I've made over 200,000 prospecting calls, presented over 2,100 kitchen tables, spoken over 1,300 live seminars in 48 states, helping real estate agents go from stuck to unstuck. And that's my passion today. And I'm going to show you how to do this. And I'm going to break down this niche. And if you're like, well, what is a FSBO? It stands for sale by owner. For sale by owner. And here's how we do it. Number one, you got to have the right mindset. I'm going to teach you the mindset to have in going after them and the mindset that they have. I'm going to give you a strategy to be able to convert these prospects. I'm going to show you how to execute with these and how to make it easy for people to tell you yes by knowing what to say, when to say, and how to say it. So let's dig in. You guys, if you haven't already, if you're coming on late, you're listening to today's webinar, how to take anywhere between 5 and 28 homes, list 25, 28 homes the next 30 days as you guys are climbing on. Get your pen and paper, because I'm going to come at you fast. We got a lot to cover. So we're going to start with mindset. Mindset is crucial to our success in going after this niche. Here's the first distinction I want to give you. There's riches and niches. We need to identify the niches that are going to lead to the riches. But if we don't focus on a niche, it's hard to list homes. And one of the most profitable niches in the industry is FSBOs. Here's why. Think about this niche. I love niches that 100% of the niche want to sell, right? Think about a niche that every one of these people in this niche want to sell their home. And that's what for sale by owners are. And they are the easiest niche. Nothing is easier than FSBOs for listing homes. I could list a home today, right now, out of this niche, and so can you. And I'm going to show you how, and here's why this works. Because FSBOs will end up hiring an agent 85% of the time. So they're going to throw in the towel. The question is, are they going to list with you, or are they going to list with your competitor? My hope is they list with you. And the reason most of them end up throwing in the towel is this stat. 89% of all buyers purchase their home through a real estate agent. And the typical FSBO home sold for 25% less money than agent-assisted sales. So the odds are stacked against the FSBO to successfully sell the home on their own. Here's some other stats. When you're going after this niche, you're going to speak to people. You're going to have tons of conversations, because 68% of the time you call a FSBO, you're going to speak to them. Why? Because they're answering their phone. You could be a buyer. Conversions to appointments or conversations to appointments is almost 20%. So 20% of the time you get somebody on the phone, there's a good chance you're going to get face-to-face. And when you are, 78% of the appointments turn into appointments, so they show up, and then 54% of the actual appointments to contracts, and then 66% contracts to transactions. So here's what this tells us. You're going to speak to people. They're going to be willing to meet with you, and the properties are going to sell. And that's what I've experienced in my own business. That's what I've experienced in helping thousands of agents generate millions of dollars in commissions from this niche over the last 10 years. So here's what I want to do. And I did this at the beginning, but I want you to stake your claim now. I want you to do this. I want you to define success. What is success to you in going after this niche? What does success look like? And what I did is I wrote this down years ago when I started going after this niche. And I just state my claim. I said, I am the top FSBO listing agent in Collin County, Texas by January 1st. What is top? Because you got to define it. Listing 19 FSBOs per month and getting buyer side referral fees for 33% of their purchases. You see, this right here is where we start. We got to know what it is we want, because here's why. We're about to go get it. And here's the 3 things that we got to do to win this FSBO game. We got, number 1 is we have to provide value. 2 is we have to present solutions to their problems. And 3, we got to persuade and influence, meaning getting them to take massive action. And that's the mindset. We're not going after them just begging them for listings. We're staying in contact with them, as you're going to see. We're going to establish our value and credibility through that process. And we are going to get, our goal is to convert 20% of the FSBOs in your market. So just know that the goal is 20%. And what I'm going to share with you can do that. So I want you to imagine having a niche working for you that is consistently producing listings, and 20% of them. And in order to do that, we have to have the right strategy. And that's what I'm going to show you now, the strategy for going after this niche. And there's 3 things that we need. Number 1 is we got to know what the target markets we're going to go after. Like maybe it's a city, maybe it's a county, maybe it's a zip code. And every area is different. What are the target markets that we want to go after, all the FSBOs in that market? And then what are the key targets? Maybe you limit it. You say, I only want to list FSBOs that are anywhere between 150,000 and 2 million. Or I only want to list FSBOs that are this type of property. And then 3 is we need the leads. I'm going to show you how to turn the leads into money. And that's the easy part, but we need leads because it's a numbers game. We want as many FSBOs going into this system as we possibly can. And I want to give you some sources for leads, both free and paid. Here's one, Zillow. There's an option in Zillow called Zillow Make Me Move. And this is an incredible, provides an incredible list of people that are interested in selling their home. So if you pull all of the Zillow Make Me Moves and you put them through the system I'm about to give you, you should convert up to 20% of those prospects. And which is what we need. We need the data. Here's another one. What about VRBO? You know what? I've mentioned VRBO for years, and I heard a commercial the other day on TV, and they're calling it Verbo. So I realized in that moment that I've been calling it the wrong name for 10 years.
Is it really Verbo?
It's Verbo, Scott. Yeah, no idea. I was always calling it VRBO, right?
That's what I was doing.
But here's the deal on this. In some of your markets, it has a huge market for vacation rentals, and that's what VRBO is. It's vacation rental by owner. These people want to sell their home, and most of them. And here's the deal. I just want to ask this, Scott, and you could help me here. I just want to know, is right now the greatest time in the history of selling homes for all of you? I want to know for everybody. All you guys are in different markets. We have tons of people on this webinar right now. Is right now the greatest time in the history of real estate to sell a home in your market? I just want you to say yes or no, and just type it in there. Is right now, today, the greatest time in the history of real estate to sell a home? Meaning, can they get more money today than they ever could? Is the market?
A lot of yeses, brother.
A lot of yeses, right, Scott? You see what I mean? That's the opportunity.
I got to absolutely absolutely.
Yes, it is. Right now is. And so we need to take that message to this niche. And because now is the time, and time is of the essence. So the VRBO leads will convert in this system I'm going to share with you. And here's another one. You also want to be able to have a service that sends you the leads every day. Like I love Landvoice. Every day Landvoice will send you all the FSBOs, their cell phone numbers, their email addresses, their mailing addresses, their social media profiles. Like I love Landvoice because it makes your job easy. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get the leads. However you go about getting the leads, we need the data. Landvoice is great. You can see a link there. They have a special for you guys that are with us today. but we need the data, we need the leads, because here's why. We're going fishing for FSBOs. And if we're fishing for FSBOs, the most preferred FSBO bait is we got to give them what they want, which is everything, as you're going to see. We're just going to simply give, and provide tons of value. So here's your first step, is we need to have 5 core value offers in your business. And I'll give you some examples. We need to be able to offer a free home evaluation to the FSBOs. We want to be able to offer our seller disclosure notices or contracts, addendums, marketing plans, free reports, books, Kindles, vendor list, training webinars, free strategy sessions, specialized programs, free lead gen signs, free lead gen websites. We just want to give them and provide them with the tools that they need to successfully sell their home on their own. And all we ask is when they throw in the towel, we want an opportunity to apply for the job. And that's the reason the first thing that I mail a FSBO when they hit the market is I mail them something of value. It's called the 90 things you can't afford to neglect when selling your home. And this saves money. It's incredibly well written. It brings value to the FSBO. They love it. And it also positions you as the undisputed expert. And this is like an 8-page full color report that just brings value, that shows them what they need to do to get the property sold. In fact, many of my clients use this in their business. A lot of you guys will start using this in your business. I'll give it to you. You guys, will use this. You'll brand it. You'll make it your own. And this is the first step, because all we're trying to do, again, is just simply bring value. The other part we need solutions. I'll give you an example. I think that any objection can be you can overcome any objection with a good marketing strategy, and marketing solves a lot of problems. And in our business, we need to have solutions to their pain, solutions to the problems. So a smart seller program, a certified pre-owned home program that sells homes for 4.8% more money, 28 days faster. Mr. FSBO, the reason you should list with me is because I have an 89-point home marketing system that sells homes quick for the most amount of money. We offer a communication guarantee, an easy exit listing. We'll guarantee to sell your property in 29 days. And you see that what I'm doing. None of that has to do with me. I'll tell you, let me give you some clarity here. Imagine me when I was 20. I look like I was 14. My name's Haas. I live in Texas. Like when I show up, they're like, man, where's your cowboy hat and your cowboy boots? Like they're expecting somebody else. And if I went into these appointments, awesome, right, with me, just me, it's not about me. It's about the solutions that I bring. And I can sell these solutions like nobody's business because it's not me. I'll give you an example. Smart Seller Program. I got tired of going on FSBO appointments and them saying, well, we would list with you, Haas, but we're going to wait until Timmy comes along. He said he looked at the house on Monday. He said he's going to write the offer. He's preparing it all. We're going to get it tomorrow. And, until I see that offer, I don't know what I'm going to do. So that will happen. And I created a Smart Seller Program that allows a FSBO to sell the property themselves while it's listed with me. And if they do, they don't pay my commission. So consider it a race, Mr. FSBO. You're going to continue doing your marketing. You're doing your open houses, Craigslist ads, and FSBO.com. And I'm going to use my 89-point marketing plan to get this property sold, maximum exposure. And you're not going to pay me a single penny unless I sell this home. So if Timmy comes along and buys it, then you don't owe me anything, right? You could sell it to him. Let me tell you all something. Some of you are going to use this program today, and you're going to have a listing by the end of the day. The Smart Seller Program is a program that works incredibly well, and it's a game changer. So we need this thing in your business because it'll help you list more homes. And I'm going to take you through a process, the same process we take every FSBO through. So when a FSBO comes on the market, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take them through these 4 parts: prospecting, cultivating, positioning, and closing. And here's essentially what prospecting is. Look, we understand that not every FSBO is worth our time and money. We're not naive. We're not outcome oriented. We're action oriented. And so we're simply trying to weed FSBOs out that are not worth our time and money. And we're going to do this. We're going to call them, and you're going to call them anywhere between 7:30 and 12. I called between 9 and noon. I have clients that call as early as 7:30, but you want to get the calls in before noon every single day. And you're going to ask the FSBO 3 questions. I'm going to give those to you here in a little bit. And then once you speak to them, you're going to disposition the lead. Like, we still going to follow up, or are we taking them out of the system And we're going to document every conversation, because in 2 weeks, when we speak to them again, we're going to see that they were going to their daughter Stacy's birthday party, and we're going to ask about it. So like, we're going to document these conversations. I want you to understand this. Any of you can do what I'm about to share with you. Anybody. And this is the easiest niche to go out there and put signs in the ground. And I don't care how much experience you have or don't have. I want you to understand, you make up in numbers what you lack in skill. So if you're not good on the phone and prospecting, then good. Make more calls. You're going to get really good really fast. It takes 2 weeks to get confident. Next, 2 is cultivating. Now we're going to put these FSBOs in a campaign that cultivates the relationship. We're building strong relationships. We understand this stat. This is the reason you're going to crush your competitors, because 80% of sales happen on the 5th to 12th contact, but less than 3% of agents make more than 3 contacts. So here's what I want you to understand. Nobody does what I'm about to share with you, okay? And they won't. They don't. They won't. And all you got to do is do it. And if you do it, you're going to put signs in the ground. And we're going to stay in contact with them longer than everybody else. Literally, you're going to be the only one in contact with them, and closing is going to be easy. And we're going to use a swarm method marketing approach, which is we're going to use the phone, we're going to use text messaging in the campaign, direct mail in the campaign. We're going to use all those different things because we want to be omnipresent. We want to be seen everywhere. And we need a 90-day execution sheet, which is 3 months. So I want you to just imagine this system runs for 3 months. The majority of people will list the first month, but we are going to capture all the others that don't in the last 60 days. 3 is positioning. This is where and this is so important in real estate, especially today. I mean, y'all agree, right? Real estate's changing. How real estate agents are looked in a transaction is changing. And you all feel it. And so what we got to do in marketing is we got to do a better job at positioning ourselves as the undisputed expert. We're demonstrating our value. We're developing innovative solutions. We're leveraging different people, programs, tools, because positioning will give you a 10x effect. If you're positioned as the undisputed FSBO expert, it's going to help you convert in everything that you do. So in our marketing, like if you read the letters that I send the FSBOs, you're going to see that these things are positioning me and my services as the #1 undisputed best choice, hands down, because I'm the expert. And if you do those 3 things, closing is easy. You don't need to be closing hard on these FSBOs. Like, they close themselves. And understand this though, the purpose of that phone call, when you get them on the phone, and you will, because they answer, is to get in front of them. It's not to list the home, it's to set the appointment. And the purpose of the appointment is to close for the listing, like get the deal, get them to sign. And know this, that closing should always feel easy. It's a natural next step. If it isn't, it's because you failed at the first 3 steps. And we're not going to do that. I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to give you a campaign. How we doing, Scott? We doing good so far?
Kicking butt, brother. Dude, I love the numbers and the percentages. And man, this was truthfully, this is one of my favorite strategies. This is the easiest and like most effective that I used to help agents with, is the FSBO stuff, man. It's getting them when they're hot, and it's such an easy strategy if implemented and you follow the numbers like you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Easy stuff, man.
It's so easy, y'all. It's easy, and that's why I want to help you with this. Because I want to help you quickly ramp up your inventory in the next 4 weeks. And here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you how to execute. It's FSBO follow-up, and I'm going to show you how to build the machine. This is called a beast. I want you to think about it's a beast, and it's a machine, and we got to feed this beast. And so we're going to build the machine. And to do that, we need 2 things. We need a CRM, which obviously is a customer relationship management system. A lot of you guys have CRMs. People ask me all the time, what's the best ones? I'll get into that. But I believe that the CRM is so important because it's the hub of operations. We're going to build this system in that CRM. And 2 is we need leads, because that's feeding the beast. We need leads going in on this campaign, and this campaign turning those leads into money. And that's the visual I want you to see. All right, so let me break it down. This campaign is a 92-day execution plan. It's 3 different parts. We're going to hit them full force the first 30 days. If they haven't listed yet, most will, but if they haven't, Then we'll back off, but we're still in contact in days 31 through 60. And then in days 61 through 92, it's third gear, which is where we're still in contact. It's not as aggressive as it was at the beginning, but we're gonna get all the laggers right there on that in that last between 61 and 92 days. So I want to break these down for you. I'm going to break down the first each of these parts. The first part, when a FSBO comes on the market and they're coming in and they're going into the CRM on the FSBO assault campaign, the first 30 days we have 10 touches where it's 4 phone calls, right? It's not going to kill you. 4 phone calls is easy. It's not like I'm asking you to make 40 calls. It's 4. I'm going to tell you what to say, okay? But there's 4 wild cards and 2 mailers. And here's what a wild card is. We need wild cards in our marketing because it's an unfair advantage. Wild cards in our campaign will give it the shock and awe effect. It's kind of like, you know, the 90 things you can't afford to neglect when selling your home report. That's a wild card because nobody else is doing anything like that. It brings tons of value and it separates us from our competitors. If they haven't listed yet, again, most do, then we're going to continue to stay in touch in the orange level where it's 5 touches. We're going to have 3 phone calls. We're going to mail them another wild card, and we have 1 mailer that goes with it. And you're going to get a lot of people that end up listing. So I want you to imagine in this orange level, you are the only real estate agent that is still communicating with that FSBO. Nobody is in contact with them. And then the third gear is days 61 through 92. This consists of 4 touches. There's 3 phone calls and 1 mailer. So here's what happens. This entire campaign is designed to position you as the expert, establish the credibility, show them what you can do to help them get their property sold quick for the most amount of money. And all we're doing is we're just putting people through this, putting people through it. And here's the next step, is converting them. Converting them, really knowing what to say, how to say it. It's persuasion. You know, I'll give you an example. When I first started doing seminars, I mastered this niche. I mastered the phone. I mastered the listing presentation. And whenever I was going on the road, I was at an event. I didn't care if I was in California, Alabama, New York, Minnesota. It didn't matter. I would get up there. I would say, hey, here's a stack of FSBOs. I want you to call these FSBOs in the area. And as soon as you get a FSBO on the phone, I want you to hand me the phone. And I'm going to convert this prospect in front of everybody. And there'd be like 100 people in the room, and I'd be up there on stage calling a FSBO. Every one of them I converted. Why? Because when you know what to say, you can convert anybody. And that's what I want to help you with. Is I want you to be able to have the ability and the skill that anytime you speak with a potential seller, that you know how to convert them into a listing appointment. And I call this FSBO whispering, persuasion, how to get any FSBO to say yes in 8 minutes or less. Hey, Scott, how important is knowing what to say? How important is that to success?
It's everything, man. There's nothing else. There's nothing
right?
else, Hoss.
I'll give you an example. If I ask a question like, well, what are you going to do to market my home? Like, how would most people answer that? How would you guys, the listeners, how would you answer that? Or why should I hire you instead of your competitor? How would you answer that? These are things that we need to know because you're right, Scott. You got to know what to say. You have to have your message and be able to communicate it and articulate it. So I want to help you with this. I'm going to make it really easy because if you heard me on the phone, here's what would happen. You're going to hear me ask questions. In fact, I'm going to ask 3 questions. As soon as I talk to that FSBO, I'm going to ask these 3 questions right up front. And here's the reason why. Because I want to weed them out of my system. And these are what I call qualifying questions. So the first question, I'm going to say, hey, Mr. FSBO, it's Hoss Pratt, ABC Real Estate. Saw you're selling your property for sale by owner. I wanted to know if I brought you a qualified buyer, would you be willing to pay a 3% co-op? And the reason I ask that question is because if they say no, they're not willing to pay a 3% commission, then I just take them out of my system because they're not going to pay my commission. If they say yes, I will pay 3%, then that's great. I call that halfway home, right? They're halfway to my commission, so they're worth my time and money to market to. This is a great qualifying question to weed people out that you should not be spending time and money on. And then the second question, how long are you going to try to sell the home on your own before you decide to explore other options? I want to know what their time frame is because here's why. Whatever time frame they give me, I'm going to cut it in half, and I know that's when they're going to list the home. I've been doing this so long, so many times, and it's like clockwork. If they tell me that they're going to list the home in 4 weeks, they're going to list it in 2 weeks. If they say they're going to explore other options in 2 weeks, there's going to be a sign in that ground in 1 week. And this is really important. And I just don't want you to make that rookie mistake, right? Know that whatever they give you, cut it in half, because we need their timing on when they're going to explore other options. And the third question is this: is in that time frame, if you do decide to explore other options, do you have a close friend or family member that you would feel obligated to work with, or will you be up for interviewing some aggressive agents? Well, you know, my mom's in real estate. She would probably disown me if I didn't list with her. Okay, great. Delete, next. Why? Because I don't want to compete with mom, right? I don't want to compete with so-and-so's best friend who's in real estate. And he says, if I do, I'm going to list my friend, my fraternity brother, because, you know, he would kill me if I didn't. And we want to weed those people out. So here's what we're looking for. FSBOs that are willing to pay a 3% co-op, that have a realistic time frame, that don't have an agent that they are committed to working with. And the majority qualify here. I would say 75% of the FSBOs in your market will qualify based on these 3 questions. And the other thing is you want to have bridge questions. Bridge questions keep the conversation moving. So I want to just give you this example. I ask those 3 questions, but I don't necessarily ask those 3 questions right after one another, right? So I may say, hey, Mr. FSBO, I saw you're selling your property for sale by owner. Are you willing to pay a 3% co-op if I brought you a qualified buyer? Yeah, I'm willing to pay a 3% co-op. Perfect. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put your property in my database of homes, where I'm going to match the features of your home with the criteria of my buyers. And if I have a match, I'm going to bring them by and show them the property. Sound good? Yeah, sounds great, Haas. Well, let me ask you this, Steve. Why are you selling the property? Well, I need to move to San Diego. Okay, well, why do you need to move to San Diego? Well, I'm being relocated. Well, how long has you been trying to sell the property? How long has it been for sale? It's been for sale for a month. And how did you come up with the price? You see, I'm asking these questions because these are what are going to keep that conversation moving forward. And the bridge questions do just that. You see, here's the thing on conversion. If you listen to me on the phone, you're going to hear me ask 10 questions to every 1 comment. So I'm going to ask questions because that's the secret to selling. Asking questions to where you find the prospect's pain and you have the solutions to solve their pain. That's how you get people to take action. You create the problem that they didn't know that they have. And the only way you can know what the problem is by asking them those questions. So I can't reiterate this enough of how important questions are to this entire process. And here's what I want you to do. This is a really, really important strategy for especially now, because I'm going to work with you. I'm going to take you through this, and I'm going to take you through this entire process, and I'm going to help you ramp up your listing inventory quickly in the next 4 weeks. And to do that, here's what we need. We need new FSBOs going into our system, right, that are going to convert now and in the future. And we also need to be able to start right now with a pool of leads. Like, wouldn't it be nice to have like hundreds of sellers, right? I mean, think about it, hundreds of sellers that you can go to with the message of right now is the greatest time in the history of real estate to sell your home. Well, how would we do that? Well, here's what you do. You go pull all of the both new FSBOs, but also the old FSBOs. So there's for sale by owners right now in your market that were on the market anywhere between 3 and 12 months ago that had not listed and had not sold. And we need that data, because what will happen is it'll allow us to start with a pool of leads. Like, you're going to list a lot of homes right out of the gate because we're going to go after the old FSBOs with this system, but we're also going after the new. And we already agreed that right now is the greatest time in the history of real estate to sell a home, right? Right now is. So don't you think that an old FSBO, right, that still wants to sell would be open to listing now? Y'all, this opportunity is so huge right now that it's going to allow you to be able to ramp up your inventory going into the fall, right? And that's what we want. We want inventory going into the fall. If we don't have inventory going into the fall, then we're toast, right? Because you don't want to be in a place that you got to ramp up your inventory in the fall. We want inventory going in to the fall. So here's what you do. You're going to ask those 3 questions every time, qualifying them. And you may get tired of asking those questions. I've asked those questions thousands of times. They're in me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take great notes on that conversation, and you're going to close them, and where you're going to qualify it. And I want to help you with this, and I want to, because here's why. I've mastered this niche, not only in my own business, but also I've helped so many people with this niche. I want to help you, and I think, you know, what's the best way to do it? Well, here's what I want to do. I want to give you everything, right? Where you don't have to go out there and recreate anything. Like, I already have the system, it's done, and I want to transplant my system into your business, because what will happen is you're going to have a machine that's going to produce business now, but also for years to come. So here's what I want to do. I want to invite you into my FSBO Assault Bootcamp, and here's what this is. Over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to give you everything, and I'll show you in a minute, but I just want to give you some testimonials before I do this exact system that I'm sharing with you. This system has streamlined my business and allows me to completely focus on taking listings. That's right, it's what it does. Brandon says, I produced 12 million in sales volume from following this one system. Jamie, you have no idea how many years I've spent wishing for this kind of training. And then Bill, licensed for less than 6 weeks and already have listed 7 homes with your program, totaling 3.5 million in gross value. Let me tell y'all something. These are a few of hundreds of testimonials of what this system can do for you, and it will change your life. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you everything. And I'm going to invite 20 of you guys on this journey with me, where I'm going to take you through a live boot camp in the next 4 weeks, where you get me and you, and I'm going to give you everything, and I'm going to teach you everything. And I'm not going to leave any stone unturned, right? It's going to be a live virtual intensive. I'm going to give you all the marketing material. I'm going to give you the scripts, the marketing plan, the tools, the resources, the best voicemails to use, the questions to ask. I'm even going to give you my live prospecting calls where you can listen to me call FSBOs, and I coach you on why I said what I said when I said it. But what's going to happen when you listen to me, and it's going to stick like glue, because I'm not just asking you to read a script, I'm demonstrating the script. And what happens is it just sticks. You're going to get so much better at conversion through this training. And I'm going to give you all the email templates, text messaging templates. I'm going to give you the most important programs, the Smart Seller program, the secret marketing programs that I'm going to give you in the program, all of the execution plans, the letters, the emails, you name it, you get everything. So here's what I'm going to do. And Scott, I'm going to throw in some bonuses too, but would you do me a favor and type in that link, FSBOassault.com.
FSBO Assault in the chat, down on the right-hand side, guys. You guys got a little box down the FSBOassault.com. Boom.
Yeah, and here's what I'm going to do.
Posted down there. Yep. Go ahead.
Yep. Go there, fill out that form, because there's only 20 spots, because I'm going to do it live. I'm taking you guys through this, and you're going to love what I have here. But here's the best part. This is only one payment of $297. One payment of $297 is it to be able to get this system. Let me tell you something. Don't you think if we had this system working for you, and I gave it to you, and I taught you, and I coached you on what to do, that we could do at least a deal in the next 4 weeks, right? I mean, let me tell you something. If we couldn't, you and I both, all of us need to get out of the business, right? We should be able to easily do a deal in the next 4 weeks. Like, get a closed deal in the next 4 weeks. So when you're looking at this investment, I want you to know it's pennies compared to the amount of revenue that this program and system will generate for you in your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in some bonuses for you guys, because I'm not holding back on this. I'm going to give you everything you possibly need. So I'm going to give you that 90 things report. I'm going to give it to you. You don't have to do it. I wrote it. I created it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You're going to customize it, but I'm just going to give you that thing because it's money and it works. And that's going to go at the front end of our system. 2 is I'm going to give you my listing presentation, because here's what's going to happen. This system is going to get you in front of more sellers. You're going to be in front of them on listing appointments, and we need to be able to convert them. Like, we need to convert all of them. And so I have a listing presentation that's amazing that converts sellers. Like, it's really, really good. So I'm going to give this thing to you so you can start using my listing presentation to help you convert these prospects. And then I'm also going to give you a mystery bonus. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to share it for all of you action takers. I'm going to give you a bonus for all of you guys that are going to FSBOassault.com and joining this live boot camp that you guys are about to be a part of. Now, here's the dates of this boot camp. I have already done the first part. Here's why. Because I wanted to give you instant access to part 1. And so as soon as you go to FSBOassault.com, you're going to get instant access to the part 1. Part 2 is going to be live on June 28th, and June 28th is on Friday. So it's this coming Friday that you're going to get. You're going to get an invitation. Brenda, my assistant, is going to send you everything you need to be on it. And then part 3 is going to be on July 3rd, and part 4 is on July 12th. And here's the deal on this. I have a private portal for you, for everybody in this boot camp, that I'm uploading all of the system in, and like all the marketing, everything's going to be in there. And then you'll have, so if you can't make it live, what you'll have is you'll have the ability to go back and re-listen. You could go over it again, but I'm going to give you lifetime access to this. So I'm not going to take it away from you. So like when you join the boot camp, I'm going to do it live, but you're going to have a portal that you can always go to access it. You can go through this as many times as you want. You can have your team go through this thing. And this thing is going to be everything you need to ramp up your inventory and do it not only now, but consistently. So and I don't know a better way, a faster way to help somebody list more homes than going after FSBOs. And I don't know a better system in the industry. I mean, by far, this is better than anything else out there as far as something that works to help you convert the FSBOs and make it easy. And I like to think that we cracked the code on FSBOs with this system, and that's the reason I wanted to do this boot camp for all of you, because I wanted to take 20 of y'all through this process, give you what I got, and be able to watch you go out there and take your business to the next level. So here's what I want to do. I'm opening it up for some questions here. If you would, type in the question box, type any question you have, I'll answer them. And as you guys are doing that, Scott, I can't click it. I know you can read them, but
that's so weird, man. Yeah, that's so weird, dude. I'm sorry. All right, first off, the FSBO Assault, dude, I'm impressed you're doing this live, man. That's freaking awesome, dude. I'm gonna send that.
Live. Live's better.
I want to know your stuff, dude. Yeah, I love live. Let's see, Quest Jones. Somebody said they took it back in 2002. New content, updated content.
Totally new. It's live. Every time I do this, it improves. So everything, and it's real time in today's market, right? So yeah, the boot camp is live. Everything's up to date, real time. And yes, it does come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you get through it and you're like, I don't like the sound of your voice, Haas, then you can just fire me, give your money back, no worries. But it's risk-free, right? So by the way, Scott, I'm gonna just congratulate some folks real quick as you're doing this, because I see you guys taking action. Hey, Robbie.
Hey, Haas, real quick. Congratulations, Robbie. Done. Okay, Dennis is in. Dennis said he's in. Done. Let's talk. Let's take over this market. So, dude, I love you got some huge comments. Somebody said, this is exactly what I needed. I talk to people all the time, and I think it was Dave. Dave says, hey, Scott, based on our conversation every day, this will help me tremendously. So,
yeah,
I don't know, guys, I love this. I love this FSBO market. Day and time. Did you have the day and time again? Is it on the?
Hey, Brenda, what's the day?
The days are on the screen. Yeah.
Brenda, what time is the boot camp? 11 Central on Friday. So
11 Central on Friday. Okay.
Yeah, but you guys will get instant access for all of you guys. Like I see Adam here. You all take Adam. Who else we got? We got Pam. We got John. All of you guys that are joining the boot camp, there we go. Lisa, welcome. You're gonna get instant access to that first part, and then the second part's gonna be this Friday. So
June 28th. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And here's the reason.
Wants to know. Carrie,
go ahead. Well, the reason I'm doing it
Carrie
now. Sorry. The reason I'm doing this now is because now's the time, right? The reason it's going into June, July is because this is the perfect time to be able, where this system works, to be able to help you go out there and really crank it up. So that's the reason we're doing it now. And that's the reason I'm doing it live.
Please ask Haas if we can sign up but share with our team. So kind of like a team conference room effort type thing?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. You sure can.
All right. There are multiple options when I went to FSBO Assault. I went there, John, and I only see one option when I go to FSBO Assault. So somebody says the expired part included as well. I don't know where.
No, it's FSBO Assault.
Okay, FSBOassault.com. And there's only a name, last name, email address, and then the card information below. So I only see one there. Do you also do this in Canada? Does it work? Is this going to work in Canada, Haas?
Canada, yes. I have Canadian clients that just crush it. Like, I love Canadians. They love this program. This works incredibly well in Canada. And a lot of realtors don't go after that niche in Canada, and I show you how to do that. So absolutely, if you're in Canada, get it.
Rock and roll. Do I understand we could we're able to brand ourselves on the 91 Selling Tips tool if we buy this program?
Yeah,
it's 100% your branding. Yeah, it's all brandable.
Yes, it's all brandable. I want you to brand yourself. I want you to just take what I give you and put your information on it. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. I already have everything. So absolutely, you brand it for
Southern
sure.
California. So how would an agent compete against, I guess, iBuyers, Open Door? Market is very different in South Carolina versus other states.
Totally easy. I'll show you how to do that. Those people
I would disagree a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a mindset in the conversation.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this right here. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the link right here, John. I'm gonna give you a direct link. There you go. Western Canada? Yeah, so all of Canada. When is part one instant access? So you get instant access part one like soon as you sign up. So like you get an email, Haas? Is that what comes in? An email?
Yeah, you'll get an email, and then Brenda, my assistant, right here, she's just standing by waiting for you guys. So as you guys are taking action, I see a lot of you already are. She's going to be in contact. She'll send you the links, but you'll get instant access to the portal with week one already in there waiting for you.
How do you enroll? Go to FSBO Assault, FSBO ASSAULT.com, FSBOassault.com. It's down in the chat box too. If you guys scroll down in this little control panel, it's a go-to webinar control panel you see on the screen. Down there's a chat box down there, and I put the link there as well. If you click on that, you can go right to it.
Hey Scott, while you're looking up some questions, I just want to congratulate you guys. Carrie, I see you. Great job taking action. Roan, I love it. Great job, buddy. Welcome, Patricia. Welcome to the boot camp. Welcome, Maurice. How are you? Christy, welcome. See you. Good job, you guys. And by the way, I just want to add this too, y'all. For $297, this investment that I'm asking for to go through this next 4 weeks, let me tell you something, what this program's worth. I would pay $20,000 for this program because of the amount of money I know that I would make from it. So like when it comes down to the investment of $297, it's a no-brainer investment. Like it is worth so much more. I mean, think about it. If we could do a deal in the next 4 weeks, let's say that's $5,000. You had to pay $297 to make $5,000. It's a pretty good return. And that return is just going to continue to come to you. So once this thing's in your business, the money doesn't stop. The closings don't stop. It consistently brings you more revenue. So make the investment for all you folks that are on the fence. FSBO Assault, FSBOassault.com.
Hey, got a question for you. If there's only 24 active FSBO, I know what the answer for me would be. 24 active FSBOs in my market, is it worth putting the effort all day long?
Yeah, here's the thing
Yeah.
The thing about FSBOs is there will always be FSBOs. So let's say if you have 24 now, listen, I'm going to teach you to go after the old FSBOs. So we're going to have a ton of them to start out of the gate anyway. But look, there will always be FSBOs. At times there'll be more, there'll be less. But look, we need a system for this profitable niche. Like we should always, if somebody goes FSBO in our market, they're going to know about us. And that's what I want for you guys. And that's what's going to happen is it doesn't matter because we're always going to be bringing in leads and putting them on the system. But we're going to start off with a whole lot of them because we're going after the old ones right out of the gate.
All right. And John, I just emailed you the link to it. So should we go there? Ron, about how long is each session? Great question.
Around an hour.
Okay. Phone number. John, I just sent you that. So good there. Let's see. With the qualifying questions, asking them if they will pay a 3% commission. If they say no, what if the buyer is willing to pay the commission? Of course, that always works.
Right. So I only want listings. So like for me, if they're not willing to pay a 3% co-op, then they're just out of my system. They're not realistic for me.
Okay. All right, Dennis is in. Congratulations. It says expired boot camp. Is that included? I think it's just the FSBO assault. Let's see. I took. There we go. I think that's good. Got the number. Thanks. Cool, man. All right. So Haas, this is. You know what? I think I'm gonna sign my son up for this, brother. My son's doing really good things. They're actually doing this. And I've been talking to him about the FSBO niche and how powerful it is and how just like it's just an amazing strategy. What is the NAR stat? 70. Is it 78% or 87% of the people that go FSBO end up listing with an agent?
85% end up listing.
85%. 85%. Yeah. So if you're the person caught, and here's the thing that I don't get. So each FSBO is not just one listing. They have friends, family, and coworkers. So if you work and build the relationship, now you have friends, family, and coworkers to go to that can, that will now become a relationship if you work it. So there's just so many avenues.
Imagine this too, Scott. Like, I'm going to teach you guys this, but let's say if a FSBO is selling their home, and let's say they end up hiring you or not, or they end up selling on their own. There's a transaction on the other side of this transaction that I'm going to help you position yourself to get a referral fee. You see what I mean? Like the referral fees where they go.
You can work this anywhere.
You can go anywhere. So like it's anywhere. Yeah. And here's the deal, Scott. If you blindfolded me, put me on an airplane and said, Haas, you're going to a brand new market, you don't know anybody, let me tell you, I'm going to be the #1 listing agent in 6 months, and I'm going to go after this niche first. And it doesn't matter if I don't know anybody there. It doesn't matter. None of that matters because I have a niche and I have a system that converts that niche. And I want this for all of you. It'll help all of you make way more money in your business.
Awesome. After the first month, you're going to have everything you need. So you really don't need anything after the first month. And I think, you know what, dude, I've been pushing the end of the year. Right now is when you need to start thinking about the end of the year, man. When you go into the end of the year with inventory, this is a great time to start thinking about it. Next 2 months, 3 months, work it while everybody else is busy. You work this market, and I promise you'll have a way better end of the year in December, January, February than you ever have if you work this hard now. And so that's super important.
Scott's the fall, right? Like you don't want to be in a place in the fall where you don't have inventory, and we need a system that is bringing in consistent listings and gives us a surge of them so we can have that inventory. And I'm with you. Like in order to do that, that's the reason I'm doing this now is because now's the time.
Last question, Patricia. Do we need to purchase additional applications or programs?
No, the only thing that you'll need is you'll need leads and a CRM. So if you already have a CRM, then great. But I want to explain something to you guys. For all you guys that are taking action or ones that are thinking about it, a lot of you guys already have. I don't know how many spots we have left, but one thing I'm going to show you how. And this is so cool, Scott. I'm not going to give away everything right now. I'll save that for the action takers. But I'm going to show you how to be able to bring in leads automatically without you having to import, export, and then putting them on a campaign automatically that starts off a text message. So imagine every day, imagine this, you're driving to the office and all of a sudden your phone starts getting text messages because the campaign started. And, right? And that's what you're gonna have a machine that is gonna force you to work. You're gonna just see the responses throughout the entire thing. And I'm gonna show you how to set it up and what technology to use to where you can automate the importing and then the automating the putting those leads on a campaign without you touching it. So every day that will happen.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome, brother. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Haas. Appreciate you, brother, more than you ever know. Amazing program. Thank you for all you do and all you put together. Guys, this is kind of a no-brainer. It's a small price to pay for it. If you only get one listing the whole year, which would be just sad from this FSBO program, it 10 times pays for itself. 10 times. I don't know what your average commission is, but like a $200,000 listing at 3% is $6,000. It 200 times pays for itself. You know what I mean? 20 times, not 200. 20 times pays for itself.
I should just give it to them for free, and then they just have to pay my, I get all of the
referral fees. Yeah,
right.
That's a better deal for you, brother. That's a better deal for you.
I do it because I believe in the system, and I believe that this thing works. So, and by the way, before we go, I just want to congratulate you guys. Brian, I see you taking action. Well done. I see that. Great job. Who else we got here? Harden, great job taking action. Don't want to leave any of y'all out. Want to say your name. Here we go. Who else we got? Christy, great job taking action. Okay, well, good. So, any other questions there, Scott?
Oh, that's it, man. That's it, Haas. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you more than you know.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys. And if again, I just want to congratulate all you action takers. I'll see you in the boot camp. Get ready. We'll be in touch. We'll send you everything you need. If you have any questions, just let Brenda know. We'll get all your questions answered. But make the investment in this boot camp. It'll change your life. And I look forward to working with you. Thanks for having me today, Scott.
Thank you for being here, brother. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here at Agent Mastermind. Same time, same place, right here next week on Agent Mastermind. Get out there, get some FSBOs, and we'll see you guys on the web. Have a great day, everybody.